Winds howled across the frozen desert of Ganymede, flinging crystalline snow against the reinforced walls of Aurora Research Station. Dr. Serena Vale stood alone at the observation window, her breath misting the glass as she studied the never-ending blue twilight outside. A faint vibration through the floor sent ripples through her coffee. Not a quake. Serena's gut said it was something else entirely. She pressed her hand to her comm. Serena to engineering. Did anyone just feel? A burst of static crackled in her ear, then Enzo's voice struggled through. No seismic activity, Doc, but a surge in the southern grid did trip some sensors. Nothing serious. Nothing serious. That's what they always said. Serena set her mug down and zipped her parka against the chill, eager for an excuse to escape the monotony of data logs. She grabbed her field kit, biosensors, Trilib scanner, microflare charges. The ice caves beneath the outpost called to her like a riddle she was born to solve. She jogged down spine corridors pulsing with neon guide lights, the station's heartbeat echoing in syncopation with her own. At the sub-zero airlock, she met Tessa, the lead geologist. Heading to grid south? You're nuts, Vale. Those tunnels aren't mapped. That's why I'm going, Serena replied, flashing a wry smile. If something's down there, I want to see it first. Tessa shook her head, handing Serena a portable lantern. Let command know if you find another frozen worm the size of a skimmer. My heart can't take another viral vid. Serena winked and keyed open the lock. Freezing wind laced with alien smells clawed at her skin, but curiosity burned brighter. She trudged past the research domes, slip-sliding toward the cave opening. The ground trembled again, different this time, more intentional, as though something ancient was waking. She shimmied down an ice chute, boots crunching. The world below glimmered like an upside-down cathedral, vaults of frost painted with bioluminescent lichen. Serena's scanner beeped, picking up energy, unlike anything recorded on Ganymede or anywhere in the solar system. Suddenly, her foot punched through a brittle ledge. Serena fell, landing hard, pain lancing through her ankle. The scanner squealed as its display went wild. She lifted her lantern and gasped. Embedded in a wall of blue ice was a silvery artifact, pulsing with impossible light. It looked nothing human, older than any tale or myth. If this is a prank, Enzo, you win. Serena laughed nervously, knowing it wasn't. No human hand had made this. The light throbbed once, twice, and then her radio erupted with a voice that was not a voice at all, but a feeling inside her mind. Desperate, lonely, and unmistakably alive. Serena stumbled backward, heart racing. The adventure she dreamed of had just begun, and she was not alone. Silence slammed into Serena as the pulse faded, thick and unnerving. Lying sprawled among frozen stalagmites, she stared up at the artifact throbbing in the shadowy ice. Cold sweat streaked down her back. Was this a first contact? Or had she just lost her mind? She fumbled for her wrist cam. Base, this is Vale. I found something buried in Sector South. Unknown artifact. It's... Serena hesitated, glancing at the shifting light. It almost seemed to shimmer in response, as if listening. It's active. I repeat, it's active. Her voice echoed in the ice, but the only reply was static. Serena pushed herself up, hissing as pain jolted through her ankle. The artifact pulsed brighter. Somehow she felt words brush across the back of her thoughts. Urgent, foreign, mournful. Without warning, a surge of energy leapt from the object, curling like ribbon through the frost. Serena stumbled backward as it washed over her, warmth battling the numbing cold. The sensation was more than touch. It was presence. Hello, alone? So long. Who are you? Serena croaked aloud, half certain she was speaking to an empty cavern. Shapes flickered in her mind. Stars collapsing, silver ships burning in silent voids, 1,000 memories flooding her senses in an instant, too fast to hold. Need? Help. Trapped. Please? Serena knelt, all warring with terror. I want to help, but what are you? Where do you come from? The energy quivered. Threads of light intertwining through the ice. A hazy silhouette, vaguely humanoid but composed of shimmering currents, appeared inside the crystal. Serena's heart leapt. Kairo. Name. Kairo. She reached a trembling hand toward the new friend, her breath fogging the frozen air. Cold sparkled along her glove, but instead of fear, she felt hope. I'm Serena. I'll get you out, I promise. From above, a distant metallic clang echoed. Someone else was descending. Serena swallowed her fear. If the council got word of this discovery before she was ready, they'd quarantine the cave and study Kairo like a threat, not a sentient being. Kairo, I have to hide you. I need time. Can you trust me? A gentle wave of gratitude radiated back. Serena's resolve hardened. Ganymede had always been a place for science and certainty. Tonight, ripples of wonder and danger swirled together, and she was standing at the edge. Whatever Kairo was, no one, not even the council, would take her chance to understand him away. She pressed her fingers against the ice, a silent promise to return. Behind her, the footsteps grew closer. Time was running out. Serena's breaths came in short, desperate bursts as she eased herself into the narrow crevasse behind a curtain of ice. Her lantern dimmed, casting trembling shadows as she pressed against the cold wall, peering back at the artifact. Heavy bootsteps crunched on the cave floor. Closer, measured. A silhouette ducked under the low arch. Enzo's paunch, patched jacket, and wild shock of hair were unmistakable through the icy veil. Serena, I saw your suit tracer flicker on the tracking board. What are you doing way down here? Enzo's voice bounced, anxious and low. Serena steadied her nerves and stepped out, feigning a grimace. Twisted my ankle. Cave mapping went off script. Enzo's gaze darted to the wall, lingering on where the now inert artifact was half shrouded by frost. You find anything? She shook her head, hiking her parka higher. Just weird readings. Electromagnetic, maybe geothermal. Want to help me back topside? Enzo accepted the half-truth, but hesitated. Serena tensed as he drew nearer to the artifact. Station council's on high alert since the tremor. They sent me to make sure you weren't going off plan again. She forced a crooked smile. And yet, you're always the one chasing after me. He snorted, offering an arm. Someday these caves will get bored of us. Serena cast one last meaningful glance at the frozen beacon. You're safe? I'll come back, she promised silently, hoping Kairo could sense her thoughts. The climb back was agony, every step flaring pain in her ankle. Enzo chattered nervously, filling silence with tech gossip and complaints about station politics. Serena's mind whirred. How could she study the artifact up close, free Kairo, without alerting the watchful eyes of the station council? How could she communicate with him again and, most importantly, keep him hidden? As the cave mouth came into view, a pang of guilt twisted inside her. The secrecy, the risks, the half-lies. Serena had always prided herself on honesty, but something about Kairo was compelling enough to bend her rules. He was alone, like her. She couldn't leave him caged in the ice for another millennia. Later, at the medical bay, Enzo wrapped her ankle, his brow furrowed. Please, Val, promise me you'll stay above ground for a couple days. Station lead is tense and you... Well, are you sure you're all right? Her eyes drifted to the icy window where alien auroras danced silently. I promise I'll be careful, Enzo. I just have a feeling Ganymede still has secrets to share. He scoffed, not buying it, but left her with a hearty pat. Alone, Serena sank into the cot and slipped the scanner from her sleeve. The data was jumbled, full of impossible frequencies and swirling spectral maps, a puzzle only she and maybe Kairo could solve. Her heart thundered. Tomorrow, she'd go back, no matter the cost. Serena lay awake in her bunk as false dawn seeped through the station's frosted skylight. The rest of Aurora was a hush of recycled air and distant hums, but her mind was a storm. She replayed every second in the cavern, the glimmering artifact, the voice inside her thoughts. Kairo. It was all real, and all impossibly dangerous. She sat up, prodding her swollen ankle. Gritting her teeth, she limped to her desk where the scanner data blinked unreadable patterns. Serena synced the device to her cortex node, whispering, "Come on, let's see what you're hiding." The screen flared, waveforms clashing then slowly merging. A rhythm, a signature, not random but structured. Words, or music. Her comm chimed. Tessa's grainy face appeared, eyebrow arched. You missed the morning debrief, Vale? The council's got us all on Ganymede time. Serena grimaced. Lost track. Sorry. Well, they want updates, especially on the EM surge. If you picked up anything worth reporting, now's your moment. Just static, Serena lied softly. Nothing solid. Tessa nodded, eyes lingering a bit too long. Be careful out there, Serena. People are jumpy. Lead's already talking about quarantine protocols. Serena's stomach clenched with dread. I'll stay above board, promise. After the call, she dressed quickly and stashed her scanner under a layer of notes. Every move at the station felt watched. Her best bet was to return during the maintenance blackout, when the security doors ran diagnostics. Throughout the day, the council seemed everywhere. Clipped voices, cold glances, talk of protocol. Serena kept her head down, nerves sharp as new ice. At the station's edge, she found Enzo hunched over a malfunctioning power node. "Hey," Serena whispered, glancing around. "How long are we dark for tonight?" "Blackout? 4 hours max," he said. "Why?" Serena forced a casual shrug, thinking of mapping the south tunnels again, for closure. Enzo snorted. "You're relentless." "It's just who I am." He softened. "Just don't get yourself killed, Vale. Cross my heart." Later, a bell chimed, systems offline. She slipped out in layered gear, heart pounding, and wound her way through abandoned corridors. Each step deeper into the ice felt both dangerous and thrilling. She reached the south shaft, breath hanging in the cold, and keyed her scanner to the artifact's electromagnetic signature. A faint hum sang through the stone. She followed it like a melody, finding her way back to Kairo's resting place. This time, as she pressed her palm against the crystal, a gentle wave of light answered. Serena whispered, her voice raw. "Kairo, can you hear me again?" Inside the ice, the energy shimmered, more vivid than before. Serena felt him, a mind buzzing with questions, longing, and something new. Trust. She didn't know if she was rescuing Kairo or if he was rescuing her, but this time, neither of them felt alone. Serena pressed her palm to the luminous ice, breath catching as Kairo's energy surged warmly through her thoughts. The connection was no longer a jolt, but a shimmer, a thread weaving two worlds together. She knelt, hardly daring to exhale. In her mind, Kairo's presence pulsed, clearer than ever. "Serena, you returned." "I promised," she whispered, barely moving her lips, afraid the cave might eavesdrop. "Are you all right?" Awakened, weak, grateful, strange place. Serena smiled, voice trembling with joy and worry. "It's Ganymede, one of Jupiter's moons. And you're not from here. Can you tell me where you're from?" Impressions danced through her mind. Flashes of a sunlit nebula, crystalline cities orbiting violet stars, laughter echoing across impossibly high bridges. Serena felt herself drawn into the memory, dizzy and dazzled until Kairo's thoughts became tangled in grief. Destroyed, lost. "I am last." She ached for him, reaching for the right words. "What happened, Kairo?" His reply quivered with sorrow. "War, fear, beacons built for refuge, sleep until safe but never woken, until you." Sudden footsteps higher up the shaft sent panic lancing through her. Serena leaned in, tension sharpening her whisper. "Listen, I need to free you, but the Council suspects something. If they learn about you, they'll want to pull you apart, study you like a threat." Kairo's light dimmed, empathy radiating in response. "I trust. Help. Together." Serena swallowed hard. "I'll bring the tools next time. Maybe I can break the ice, but you'll need to help me, somehow guide me. I can't do this alone." "Not alone. Connection. I will show." And then, as someone clattered near the cave mouth, the contact abruptly snapped, flinging Serena back into her own skin. Her heart hammered in her chest as she ducked behind a frozen outcropping, lantern dim. Tessa's silhouette loomed, flashlight sweeping the cavern. "Serena, I know you're down here. Regulations say you need to report." Serena forced herself out of hiding, hoping her anxiety didn't show. "Mapping anomaly," she called, holding up her scanner, the lie sliding off her tongue like oil. "Thought I saw something unusual." Tessa's eyes narrowed. "You're taking risks, more than usual. The Council's considering a lockdown." Serena forced a tired laugh. "I just want to understand, Tessa. That's all I've ever wanted." Tessa didn't smile. "Just watch yourself, or we'll both wind up on the next shuttle home." Serena gave the briefest nod, trying to hide the fire inside her. The drive to return, to save Kairo, to change both their fates. Alone again in her bunk that night, she listened to the silent longing humming just beneath her thoughts, determined. She and Kairo would break free, or fall together. There was no going back now. Long hours crawled by under Ganymede's eternal twilight, as Serena worked in secret beneath the humming lights of Aurora Station. Each day she pieced together fragments of Kairo's language from the scanner's bursts, mapping his energy signals into basic words and emotions. Compared to her usual scientific puzzles, this was like learning a new kind of music, a delicate dance at the edge of what was humanly possible. One evening, a nervous knock startled her. Enzo hovered in the corridor, arms folded, unease written across his face. "You're hiding something," he blurted softly. "Tessa's worried. Everyone's acting strange, and you're at the center, Vale." Serena straightened, the weight of her secret pressing down. "If you knew what I was working on, Enzo, I don't think you'd believe it, but I'm not putting anyone here in danger. He studied her, torn between trust and duty. If the council locks things down, they won't ask. They'll just take. I can't cover for you much longer. Not if you keep disappearing. She touched his arm, voice low. Give me one more night. If I don't have answers, then I'll report everything myself. Please. He nodded, reluctant but loyal. One more night. Make it count. When darkness reclaimed the station for its scheduled systems check, Serena slipped away. She limped back to the ice caverns, determination burning through her exhaustion. At Kairo's beacon, she pressed her palm to the glowing ice and focused on the connection. Kairo, I'm here. I promised. His essence responded, joy flooding her mind, a warmth against the cold. Serena, ready? She unpacked her tools, hands trembling. I can't break the ice without help. It's too thick, too strange. Can you disrupt its structure from your side? Kairo's thoughts sang with hope. Together. Resonance. Moving on her intuition, Serena tuned her microflare and scanner to frequencies Kairo revealed, pulsing them in counterpoint to his own. The ice began to tremble and crack, waves of color racing across its surface. Serena's vision blurred as the air buzzed with impossible energy. Suddenly the artifact split open, the light within unspooling. Kairo's form shimmered, twisting into the air, filling the cavern with a gentle, crystalline song. Serena staggered, awestruck, struggling to breathe. Kairo floated before her, a living constellation. Free, but incomplete, weakened. Serena's cheeks glistened with tears. You're not alone anymore, Kairo. I'll help you. We'll heal together. Then alarms shrieked from the station above. The council had noticed. Time, once an ally, now closed around them like a noose. Kairo flickered, nervous. Hurry. Serena glanced back at the cavern entrance, jaw set. Let's go, before they find us. Serena's mind raced as the station's warnings echoed through the ice. She jammed her gear into her bag, every muscle taut with urgency. Kairo's ethereal form hovered at her side, pulsing with dim, frantic light. Serena, come in! Enzo's voice crackled on her comm, laced with dread. Council's got a search team heading your way. What did you do? She pressed the comm to her lips as she staggered toward the narrow escape tunnel. Enzo, listen. Don't let them seal the south shaft. Just stall them. Please, trust me. He hesitated only a moment. Don't make me regret this, Val. Serena nodded, even though he couldn't see. She urged Kairo down the twisting ice tunnel, away from the main shaft. You have to stay dim, she whispered. They'll detect your energy if you shine too bright. Trying, weak, but I will try. Kairo's voice whispered in her mind, struggling for strength. Shouts and flashlights sliced the cavern's far wall. Council envoys, Serena ducked deeper, sliding through cracks in the ice as icy water soaked her boots. She panted, we can hide in the geothermal pocket below. Scanners don't work well there. Kairo floated close, his light wavering, voice threaded with fear and gratitude. Why risk so much? For me? Serena squeezed through a fissure, hands scraped raw. Because you're alive, and you trusted me. Isn't that what makes us who we are? How we care for each other when it counts? His light steadied, brightening just enough to cast a gentle glow. You are remarkable. Beautiful, Serena. Heat rushed to her face despite the chill. Just human, that's all. They slid into the geothermal hollow, steam curling from cracks. Above, footsteps echoed, the search moving closer. Serena and Kairo crouched in the mist, silent. She felt Kairo's presence wrap around her thoughts, steadier this time. For the first time, she sensed genuine hope from him. Maybe escape was possible. Maybe together, they could outsmart the council. Far above, the shouting receded. Enzo's voice returned, tense but softer. I bought you an hour, tops. They're cycling entry codes and prepping tranquilizers. Whatever you're doing, hurry. Serena exhaled, relief and dread twinned inside her. She turned to Kairo, voice gentle but fierce. We need a plan, and we need it fast. Do you know how to control your energy or shield it? Kairo hesitated. Perhaps if I could recover more. Then let's find what you need to heal, she said. Once you're strong enough, nobody will ever lock you away again. As they laid low, plotting their next move, Serena stole a glance at Kairo, her heart fluttering. Determination, woven with the first pricklings of hope, lit the darkness around them. The odds were against humanity and this unlikely survivor. But Serena was done running. She would stand and fight for both of them. The geothermal hollow hummed with hidden power. Steamy mists curled around Serena and Kairo as they crouched beneath dripping icicles. Above, muffled footsteps and shouts slowly faded. Enzo's stalling had worked. For now. Kairo's glow stabilized in the dense warmth, flickering with faint swirling hues. Serena knelt beside him, urgency and wonder tangled in her voice. "What do you need to recover? Is it heat or something else?" Kairo's thoughts brushed her mind, a quicksilver pulse of gratitude. "Heat helps. Connection helps more. Before my kind shared harmony. Alone, so little remains." Serena frowned, adjusting her scanner to measure energy spikes in the hollow. "If connection is what fuels you, maybe you can borrow a jump from the station's grid. Ganymede's magnetic storms, there's enough current for a fleet of ships." Kairo shimmered, hope threading through his tone. "Daring, dangerous, but perhaps possible, with your help." She nodded, determination firm. "I'd risk anything, Kairo. I already have." His form fluttered closer, casting rainbow reflections across her cheeks. For a moment, Serena was lost in the impossible vulnerability in his voice. "Serena, if I fail, leave me. Save yourself." She shook her head, fiercely protective. "That's not how I am. You're not alone." Her gloved hand lingered near his swirling light, feeling the warmth and dizzy ache of hope. A quiet hum emanated from her calm. "Enzo?" Again, voice rough. "Vale, they're tracing the geothermal tap. You have maybe 20 minutes before they sweep below. If there's anything genius left in that brain of yours, now's the time." Serena grinned grimly. "Stick by the generator near Bay 4, Enzo. I'll need a distraction." She turned to Kairo, quick but gentle. "We'll tap the emergency cables. When the current surges, pull from it. I'll shield you from their sensors for as long as I can. After that, we run for the launch tubes." Kairo's gratitude coursed through her. "I trust you. Be brave, Serena." Together they crept out, weaving through shafts of steam and crystal. Serena's nimble hands bypassed locks, rewiring the ancient grid. Power leapt under her touch, dancing arcs that made her hair stand on end. Kairo merged with the energy, pulsing brighter with every second. Suddenly, alarms blared. The council had found them. "Serena Vale, surrender immediately," barked a cold voice over the loudspeakers. Armed envoys poured through the tunnels, stun rifles raised. Kairo blazed with dazzling light, stronger but unstable. Serena grabbed his hand, a shimmer in mist, and dashed for the launch shaft. The world seemed to slow. Pain, fear, and longing all meshed into something fierce and resolute. As they skidded into the shadowed corridor, Kairo's energy rippled, both weapon and shield. Serena looked into his swirling gaze. "I won't let them hurt you, no matter what." He answered, "Nor will I allow harm to you. Together, Serena, always." The final gambit was in motion. The fate of one lost alien and the meaning of humanity's compassion would be decided in the cold shadows of Ganymede. The launch corridors roared with chaos. Sirens wailed, red banners flashed along frosted bulkheads. Serena and Kairo raced side by side through clouds of vapor, each step crackling with the stakes of their desperate gambit. Kairo pulsed with newfound strength, trailing light that shimmered off steel walls. But the council's envoys closed in, echoing threats and the heavy stomp of boots. Serena jammed her comm. "Enzo, status?" "Static." Then Enzo's anxious whisper. "I bought you 5 minutes. The evacuation shuttle's prepping on pad 2. After this, I'm done. I can't protect you from the council anymore." Serena's throat tightened with gratitude. "You're the bravest soul here, Enzo. Stay clear. I owe you everything." Kairo paused as gunfire sizzled past, his form rippling into a blinding shield. The bolts bent, fizzled, dying away in the air. "I will not harm them, Serena, but I will not let them harm you." Serena tugged his hand. Electric featherlight. "We have to reach the shuttle. Once you're off-world, the council can't touch you. I'll broadcast the truth. After that, nobody will ever question what we've done." She choked, the weight of impossible choices nearly crushing her. "But what if I never see you again?" Kairo hovered close, folding his energy around her in a warm cocoon. "Distance changes nothing. You changed me, taught me hope, taught me love." Tessa's voice boomed from the blast doors ahead. "Serena, don't do this. Step aside. Let the council handle the anomaly." Serena stepped forward, voice steady and defiant, eyes shining with tears. "Kairo's not an anomaly, he's a person. Whatever the risks, I won't let you study him like a threat." The corridor split with armed guards, their rifles drawn in a trembling wall. Serena's mind spun. No weapons, no clear path. She squeezed Kairo's hand, face set. "If this is where it ends, I wouldn't trade a moment." Kairo responded with a pure, golden radiance. his energy swelling so bright the guards shielded their eyes. Buzzers overloaded, lights blew, the air trembled with otherworldly harmony. Suddenly, the ceiling above the shuttle bay splintered and cracked, shards of frost swirling like stars. With one final pulse of brilliance, Kairo suspended time. A shimmering silence cloaked the bay. Serena's breath caught. For one heartbeat, love outshone fear and science in doubt. She felt herself lifted, carried by Kairo through the broken airlock, toward the shuttle's open hull. Tessa's voice was distant now, sorrowful. "Serena, don't go, please, we can't lose you too." Serena's eyes filled with longing. "I have to find out what else is out there, for Kairo, and for us all." Time snapped back with a gasp. The shuttle's doors hissed shut, engines flaring with borrowed power. The bay erupted behind them as Serena fired the thrusters, racing into the black. As Ganymede shrank below, Serena looked to Kairo. "Where do we go now?" Kairo's gaze was infinite, his energy resonating with strength and promise. "We discover who I was, and who you can become." Together they shot into the unknown, human and starborn, fugitives and pioneers, ready for the final revelation. Starlight streamed through the shuttle's cockpit as it slipped silently away from Ganymede's pale orbit. Only the hum of the thrusters and Serena's heartbeat filled the small, battered craft. Kairo floated beside her, now a radiant swirl of colors, pulsing brighter than ever, a beacon of hope forged from both science and something deeper. Serena set a course for open void. "There's barely any data out here, no stations, no charts, just emptiness and echoes. What are we looking for?" Kairo's thoughts enveloped her gently. "A memory. My home system lies hidden beyond your maps. Remnants might exist, something that survived. I feel a calling." Serena's fingers tingled, her pulse quick with anticipation and fear. "If your people are gone, what if we find only silence?" Kairo shimmered. "If so, I am no longer alone. You've given me more than I dreamed." They traveled days in strange, companionable quiet, exploring fragments of the starborn language. Serena listened, learned, and taught Kairo about humanity, its music, laughter, bitter regrets, and wild, stubborn hope. One night, the sensors flashed. Faint energy singing through the void, another beacon, lost and nearly dead. Kairo flared, trembling with purpose. "That is one of ours!" Adrenaline rushed through Serena as she guided the shuttle in. Within a nebula's glowing arms, they found it. Ruined, barely clinging to existence, but familiar. They docked, drifting inside the silent relic. Broken conduits and faded murals told of a once glorious people. On a defunct console, a last, ancient message awaited. Kairo pulsed with emotion. Sorrow, longing, faith restored. Serena watched him approach the ancient core, connecting through his energy. The ship glowed, faintly coming to life one final time. Memories flooded between them, friendship, loss, the chorus of a civilization snuffed out but not forgotten. Serena wept, both in grief and wonder. "You're the last, Kairo, but now your story will live, blending with ours, with me." He turned, voice strong. "And you are changed too, Serena. You risked everything when hope was at its thinnest. You taught me love, trust, and what it means to fight for more than survival." Their hands touched, energy and flesh, a harmony born from different worlds. For Serena, every sacrifice found its answer. For Kairo, every lonely cycle found meaning. They sent the records to the outer cosmos, proof that both human and starborn hearts could change the dark. As the ruins drifted away, Serena and Kairo gazed at the glowing tapestry of the universe ahead. "What do we do now?" Serena whispered, the endless sky unfolding. Kairo's laughter was music, halting, honest, and new. "We live, Serena. We explore. We build something new together." Hand in hand, they launched toward the infinite, past sorrow and fear, and into the bright unknown, where science, love, and the memory of both their peoples could shape the stars. Their future uncertain, but their harmony eternal.